For one very specific person, this track will be very familiar because they made it. They made these bumpers that you can get stuck on, these more other bumpers that you can get stuck on, this pretty awful slide curve down, this structure that keeps getting marbles stuck on it, this area where if you fall and bounce high enough, I just got a phone notification, your marble bounces off out of the safety walls that were built for this thing. Those are the safety walls. And into the ground. And yeah, that should be about it. So this will be a great track where no marbles will get stuck at all. Anyways, introducing our marbles. This is our race 1, but there is someone missing, I think. Yeah, Fishity registered for race 1, but this is our race 1, so Fishity will not be in the race. That is very unfortunate, but we have no time to mourn. Let's start the race. We've got 5 laps here. Gonna be very interesting to see what happens. You can see the marbles roll around. Moles has the lead. Muferg and Ronimar actually taking that lead. Moles is now at last. Never mind. 5 is at last. Goodness gracious. Is anyone going to get stuck on this curve? No, not yet. Rein is having a lot of trouble trying to get into the elevator, but now it's Moles. 5 actually getting a good elevator, yeah. And Ronimar, I believe, got pushed by 5. Ronimar is now out. Muferg seems to be going pretty fast. No, Muferg can't really get in the hole and gets pretty last, but still tied up with everyone here. Ronimar, though, still has that lead. And now this is basically everyone in the race. This will decide who is going up and who is going down. 528 and Marcel are the losing ones here. Rein, Prube, and Muferg down here in the middle, and Lawrence here and you up there on the top. And I believe Moles has just exited there. That's bad. Ronimar is officially the very first stuck marble. Unfortunate for him. So he will lose a lot of time. And now Rein is actually the one that's winning. You trying to get a lead out. Muferg, Prube, and Lawrence here as well. Rein struggling on the first gear. Muferg, you, and Prube getting a lead there. Let's take a look onto the curve. Onto the slope. And Rein ties up with Lawrence here for 3rd and 4th. And actually finishes out here first on the first spinner. On the first funnel, I mean. Oh, but that bump by 5 is not going to be good. 5 takes back the lead. Prube just fell off the spinner. I didn't even know you could gain enough speed to do that. But that is our first DNF marble. They will not finish. Meanwhile, 528 already on the elevator. Rein over here. You, Lawrence here, and Muferg finishing up. Going into the elevator for lap 2. You is at 3rd. Lawrence here is at 4th. And Muferg is at 5th. And now 528. Doing a pretty smooth entry onto the bumpers. Rein hopefully as well. Hopefully doesn't get stuck on the bumpers. 528 already onto the first gear. Lawrence here and Rein just at these spinners. You and Muferg following. 5 now going down onto the... Oh, 5 is stuck. Never mind. 5 has gotten a boost and gets a lead. Lawrence here gets onto the elevator. And Rein getting pretty unfortunate on the booster luck there. Going down to 5th. Now going at the spinner. Rein almost just doesn't move. The spinner, the boost might have not worked that well. And now Rein coming in hot, and coming in really hot, so hot that he came in back up to first. Goodness. That speed and that angle. Tied up with 528. On to the elevator here. They will still be tied. Muferg and Yu coming in here. I think Yu has a pretty good lead. Muferg tries to take, but it's not happening. Lion Seer is over here. Marcel Boss is over here. And Yu is still here. Ronnie Moore actually is still over here in a purgatory. Rip to him. There's Rein and 5. Side by side. Going through this race. 528 takes a lead, but Rein gets a faster entry onto the start of lap 4. Rein gets a lead onto the first gear, onto the second gear. That is tremendously fast. Going down onto the curves, onto the boosters. No one has gotten stuck on this part. This part has been a pain point in testing, but no one's gotten stuck there. Rein now coming in first onto the spinner, but that's a pretty bad angle. Can 5 overtake? Maybe we'll see a bump here. Muferg and Yu also there. But nope, it's not happening. Rein not having that much speed, but getting a pretty good angle coming into that second spinner. And so will 528. Muferg over here. Yu not the best angle. I think it'll take a while. Nope, barely missing that hole. And now finally getting in behind Muferg by a lot. That is two small elevator steps. And the lead between Rein and 5 is just, it's seemingly insurmountable, but anything can happen. He could get stuck like Ronimar. I'm just saying, I don't know, I might be calm cursing. I don't know why I would calm curse myself, but there. Rein is coming into the bumpers. There could be a chance where you get stuck on the bumpers, and that happens to Rein. Nope, it bumps. The bumper is bumping. 5 in Lions here. Getting a lead on Rein. And Rein seems to have stopped in motion, but saved by a bump from Muferg. Trying to catch up to 5, but right now, Lions here is taking a lead. Coming into the elevator. Rein, though, has a good elevator run. And could actually be able to overtake Lions here. Following him closely behind on the angles 5 with that very interesting contact. And Muferg now actually has a lead on all of them. Every single one of them. Rein though, Muferg just fell. Scratch that. Muferg just fell out of the track. While we weren't looking, I assume that's what I said about the bounces and going past the walls. So there goes Lions here. And 5. Rein is up here on the top. Marcel actually going below Moles. If we saw earlier, Moles had a pretty bad deficit against anyone. You actually got stuck on the bumpers. So that's important to note. And Rein got stuck on the bumpers. Okay. Lions here might be the only one that can do it. Get stuck on the bumpers. 5, can he do it? Yes, he can. Finishes in first. Moles coming in hot or cold. Going down the slow route. And finishing in second. Meanwhile, Marcel still going up the elevator here. You can see 5 and Moles going down. 5's already on the ladder on lap 6. There's 5 laps. And now Marcel, he's not going to be able to knock anyone and finishes at 3rd. It's going to be very interesting. Half of this race is stuck. Or just fell out of the map. Fell out of the track. So We could keep this going for about... I'll keep it going for 6 minutes. If we reach 15 minutes on the timer, then we'll end it. You know, let's move it to 2x speed. Maybe something will happen. Let's take a look. This is where most of the marbles are stuck, in the bumpers. You've got 3 of them over here. Ronimar's over there. And Moles actually knocks out Rein, and he finishes at 4th. So that's very interesting stuff that happens. Marcel finishing now. Rein is also in the equation now, as he has been unstuck. No one seems to have unstuck the other marbles. I don't even know if this bumper is bumpable. If you go, like, this angle and hit it at this spot, then you might be able to trigger it. And trigger it also for Lion Seer. Same for you, but mirrored. That's gonna be very interesting. Rein is not gonna take that route. You need to take the shortcut if you want to be able to interact with the boosters. Moles takes it. Interacts with the bumper. Lion Seer is still stuck. Moles goes down the simple path. Where is Marcel? Marcel is over here. We're waiting. Lap after lap. This could be hopeless. Let's take a look at this. Moles over here. Beating 5. If you gave Moles just enough laps, you could see a Moles first. But unfortunately not. Rein is here taking the shortcut, but not being able to bump Lion Seer out. We are reaching 12 minutes on our countdown here, and these 3 marbles seem to be permanently stuck, so who knows, it might not be doable. And now we have probably the last 3 that could be able to knock them out and maybe save them. I don't know if Lion Seer might have been on their last lap, but I don't know about you. Nope. Rein takes the shortcut, but doesn't bump anyone. 5 takes the normal route, and so does Moles. And gets stuck in the same area as you. Okay. And Marcel gets stuck in the same area as Lion Seer. We could keep this going until everyone is stuck. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Right now, only 2 people are not stuck in this race. And we are nearing 15 minutes. Maybe both of them will get stuck here on this round. Rein takes the shortcut. That could be detrimental. And he gets stuck. 528 takes the normal route. But Rein barely saves himself. I don't even know how. I guess the bumper just started bumping. No one has gotten stuck here, despite me knowing that this is a very much a pain point. But everywhere else, there have been issues. There have been big issues. This part, some people just slowed to a crawl here, probably because it's not exactly the most slope part. Gravity doesn't really help you at all here. That's why there's an array of boosters. Here, you could get stuck around here and not reach the boost. If there's enough marbles like that stuck, you're not doing anything. Anyways, 5 is stuck. Okay. 5 is stuck. We are reaching 17 minutes. That's a big reach. That's a big reach. Can we go to 20? Or will everyone get stuck? Let's see. Rein going up here. Maybe taking potentially his last lap. Takes the shortcut. Bounces off. And that is another lap where he has survived. We'll see how it goes. Going on to the first spinner. Easy does it. Going on to the second spinner. Easy does it. Misses it. And now gets in. Onto the slow elevators. This takes a while. But, you know, we're on 2x speed. So right now, we are going on to this spinner and that elevator. The fast and long elevator. And now, once we go down here, we'll get another turn. Rein takes the normal path. We are nearing 20 minutes, so Rein might not finish a lap in time. And we're gonna end it prematurely. Let's see. We are going to end this at exactly 20 minutes. At least I hope. 4 marbles finished. The rest, not. I don't know what to tell you. They have not finished. So yeah, that's the weekly marble race. I'm uploading this and going to update the series standings. Yeah.